Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef Jill Reed back in our kitchen. Today we're making small party bites, from goat cheese apricot canapes to shrimp gazpacho shooters to finally one of my favorites, watermelon bites with feta and arugula. We're cooking with some of the best chefs that are right here in our own community. So grab a seat and relax because we have another great show coming at you. This is your Community Cooking. Hi and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host Maria Prekeges and I'm super excited to have guest chef and personal friend back in the kitchen, Ms. Jill Reed.
It's very good to be back.
Do you like how I did that? She's really a Mrs., but we'll call you Ms.
Ms. is good.
So I'm always excited when you're here because there's always such good food, and I love this because fun ingredients, simple ingredients, and one bite wonders, as I'm calling them, small bites.
They're all 5 ingredients or less, so super simple for parties. Lots of fun and very colorful.
I'm excited about the shot glasses, but we have no vodka, but that's all right. We'll fill them up with goodness instead. All right, so tell me about the first 2 of the 3 dishes we're gonna make and the ingredients.
Okay, so first there are dried apricot canapes, and they're gonna have goat cheese with pistachios and then drizzled with honey. So we have our dried apricots, our pistachios, which are roasted and salted, the goat cheese, a little olive oil, so when you blend it, it kind of smooths it all out. And then the honey will go over the top, drizzled. And then we'll chop up some arugula to sprinkle on top, just for a little color. I like that peppery kind of bite that arugula has.
I love arugula. And there's like a different taste for each thing we're putting on, so I can't wait to see what they all are together. All right, and the gazpacho shrimp shooters.
This is kind of a cheater gazpacho. We're gonna start with some pre-made salsa. And I like to use the smooth salsa versus the chunky salsa, then I don't have to blend it down again. There's water, Bloody Mary mix, the cucumbers, which will give it a little bit of that gazpacho kind of crunch that you like, and then we garnish it with yellow peppers, cucumber, and a nice big fat shrimp.
I was gonna say, I love
it's
shrimp.
kind of like a play on shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
You get the tomatoey flavors. It's not too spicy, but it all goes nice together, and it's really fresh.
Well, and as you said earlier, 5 ingredients and super simple. So can we start with the canapés?
Canapés.
I just like to say that.
Yes. So we have our little blender. You can use your little food processor.
It's a tiny little food processor.
I know, it's great. It's good for chopping up nuts. And so we just dump our...
And pistachios, you just buy them shelled and they're good to go?
I do buy them shelled because I don't want to sit there. And I could make my kid do it, but that would be cruel and unusual.
We always like saying get the children involved, but some of the jobs, maybe not so much.
Well, he would also eat them all if I had him shelling the pistachios.
I love pistachios. And then this is goat cheese. The recipe when we come back from breaking a little bit is feta, as I say, feta, because I'm Greek, but feta cheese. But this is goat cheese, which is different. It's smooth.
Just the plain, not herb.
Okay, so you've just put the pistachios, goat cheese, and olive oil in your cool little blender. And so now what do we do?
Well, we blend it.
We blend. It's in a blender for a reason, Maria. Hello.
And you wanna get it creamy, but you still wanna have some texture to the pistachios because that crunch is gonna be nice in there. Just snaps right in, and then the magic happens.
It is. Okay, that is the coolest gadget.
I use this for making salad dressings.
I'm thinking you use that for, everything. You can put it in there and it works.
So let's check it out. Yeah, so you've got some crunch, some texture from the pistachios.
Very cool.
And you can see it's kind of smoothed out a little bit because of the olive oil in there with the cheese.
Oh,
and it's
can
as
I just
easy as
eat that? Oh wait, there's more to this recipe. That's only 3 of our 5 ingredients.
It's actually really good just on crackers or with apple slices or anything else. But
I could do that.
They're really colorful apricots make it kind of a prettier dish.
And I love the serving trays. The long, you could put this out on a party. Very fun.
This is easy party food. I actually was home alone one night, a rare home alone night for me, and I wanted a snack, but I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, well I have some cheese and I have some, I'll share that with you.
That's how the best recipes come out.
And I have some pistachios, and all those things go so good together, but I really, incorporate them together and make them into one little bite.
Oh, yum.
and just load them up.
And I like little bites or one bite appetizers. Doesn't mess up your lipstick, don't you know? But it is easy for people. You get something messy, especially if it's a dressy cocktail party. You don't want to get it all over yourself.
Well, you don't need forks. You don't need you to be able to sit down. You can eat these off of a napkin while you're walking around.
Well, and a little, it seems like, goes a long way. We have 12 here, and we have enough for almost double that?
Yeah, usually when I make these, I do 2 dozen. And because, when I'm making them for company.
Because you're making them for me.
Usually when I'm making them for myself, I make 3 dozen.
Oh, I love it. And easy, not expensive ingredients at all.
Nope. And then we have our honey.
We take it off our fingers, just, to clean it up.
Lick it off animal style, it's okay. And then we just have, I like a flavored honey sometimes with this, like a lavender or sage honey is nice. Plain honey, if that's what you have. The first time I made them, I had a little bit of lavender honey left in the bottom of a jar.
Oh, yum.
And I was like, oh, this is so good. Why have I never done this before?
Well, and I love that you said you wanted a snack, so you just looked in your refrigerator and said, what do I have? That is the best ideas come from that. So this just came from pure luck.
Yes.
Well,
kind of knowing what I like. I think that's a big thing. People get intimidated by putting things together, but just kind of think about the flavors that you know you like and what's going to work well together.
Well, and I have to say that you used to be a food writer, so you have tasted a lot of dishes.
I have tasted it, and I've made a lot of dishes, but these are my own creation.
I love that. And they look so cute.
And then we're going to dress them up a little bit, put a little color on the plate. I'm going to chop up a little, just rough chop.
I love
a little bit of arugula.
The spice of arugula. She chops, I eat. It's a beautiful friendship.
Okay. It works.
Oh, it's so spicy.
Kind of how it is at home when I'm preparing dinner and a tiny person comes up and asks me if he can sample. So I have to have little bits and pieces for him.
Well, and that's true too for kids.
And he would just take a little piece of arugula and snack on that.
I'm thinking your son, only 6-ish, has to have a fairly advanced palate with you as a mother, which is a good thing.
He makes it fun to cook because he likes so many different things that I'm constantly challenged by making new things for him. And I try to make at least one new thing a week. It might not be a whole meal. It might just be a side dish, but it kind of keeps it interesting and keeps him engaged. And I let him help pick, do you want chicken? Do you want fish? And we kind of get in on the action together of planning the meals.
And the younger anyone, boys or girls, learn how to cook, I think the better.
I think
you go away to college, you know how to make more than grilled cheese and quesadillas.
It's a great skill, obviously, because we need to eat.
Yeah.
And as much as he likes food, I think it's going to be important for him to know how to make the food that he likes as he gets older. Because, sorry, I'm not going to do this for you for the rest of your life.
And the rest of us. Okay, so you just put a little arugula on top.
Just to add a little green to the plate.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I can't wait to taste them. We're going to set those there so they just look pretty. And then move on to these shot glasses.
The shot glasses, where the magic happens.
All right, and again, the ingredients,
This is pre-made salsa that you can get at any grocery store.
And you said you like it more smooth, not the super chunky.
Yeah, I like the smooth versus like the pico de gallo or the chunky salsa because you want to really be able to kind of drink it. So we're going to add in.
And I have to ask.
Bowl.
Oh, do you need something to mix it in? I'm just looking. So the Bloody Mary mix, do you ever make these for adults? Maybe add a little vodka?
Yes.
You don't have to, but.
Yes, we've maybe once or twice have been known to do that.
Okay, good. Keeping it family friendly though today.
This actually is because my family is shrimp crazy. So
well, shrimp's so good for you.
At any family gathering, we almost always, somebody wants to have I'm going to borrow that from you. Somebody wants to have a shrimp cocktail, like a shrimp platter.
Or shrimp and cocktails.
A yummy shrimp platter, so we
always have them.
Always have something, and I thought, well, this would be a change of pace.
Well, and like you said earlier, so easy. It's kind of the, I don't want to say the cheater's gazpacho, but the easy gazpacho.
Right, and the Bloody Mary mix, you still get your flavor.
Yeah.
But it thins it out a little bit to make it more drinkable. And then this is just a little bit of water.
Easy, easy.
Super
you can come
easy.
back anytime. I sit here and just watch you cook. And now you were talking about garnishes earlier.
Yes. I'm going to put the cucumber in real quick.
So you chopped up that. Fairly, not super fine, because
Yeah,
it's a cucumber.
it's a dice. You know, you want to feel the texture of it as you're having the gazpacho, but you don't want it to be so chunky that it gets stuck in the glass.
And then what would you use the yellow pepper for?
The yellow pepper is good. You cut it into little spears, little sticks, and then you can stick it in as garnish.
Oh.
Cucumber.
You can do the same with that.
You can use red pepper or orange pepper. I'm not a big fan of the flavor of green pepper, so I don't use green peppers.
Not either.
And I like the yellow because it's a good contrasting color with the red. That's really the only reason why I pick yellow.
Slice up a few more because we have a lot of glasses to fill.
We need to fill these glasses.
And again, so easy.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to have you ladle.
Okay, we'll see how.
I tend to get a little messy. And it's okay if you do.
Sometimes I will actually make this all in a pitcher, and then you can just pour it into the glasses.
Oh, that's super smart. But today you thought, let's challenge ourselves.
My pitcher is too ugly for TV. So
we could have maybe got you one.
This is why we're doing it this way.
So that's all you have to do. I mean, it barely even took 5 minutes, if that. I love it.
And then they just, you know.
Oh, that's all right. We can clean them up later. So about 3/4 of the way full, and you can get these little plastic shot glasses anywhere. You can use glass.
Party store. Yeah, I have some really nice little shot glasses, but when you're doing them,
trust me.
Well, I only have 8 of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
and when you're doing them in bulk, you want to have a lot. They come in all different colors at the party store, so.
Oh, how fun.
I like the clear ones so you can see all the pretty colors in there.
And look, should I start? So for garnishment, do you do, what do you like to do in first? Put in first?
I would put in, we'll do
show me how it's done, Jill.
A little spear of that and a little spear of that.
It is like a mini cocktail.
Hang the shrimp on the side, hang out right there.
I love it. So when you were a food writer, did you get to go to all sorts of restaurants and taste just about everything?
No, I actually wrote about home cooking and cooking for and with my son, who from a very young age just started eating everything. Like I said, it's really an adventure to cook for him. Everybody kept telling me, oh, don't worry, he'll get picky. Oh, don't worry, he'll get picky.
Yeah, he'll do peanut butter and jelly, for his adolescence.
He's opinionated, but he's not picky. You know, I don't want that for dinner. I want this for dinner. Not that he doesn't like what I suggested.
But he just knows what he likes.
But then we also have but this is what we have for dinner. So everybody's just going to sit down and eat what we have.
I love it.
But he does have a strong opinion about his food, and I'm okay with that. It shows that he's got a good palate, and he's amazing in that he can pick out individual flavors. He'll know if there's cilantro in something. He'll know if there's cumin in something.
I can see him on some chef show, winning everything.
He loves to watch the cooking shows, especially the ones with all the kids on them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Any cooking show with kids, he's right there.
Okay, this looks so beautiful.
And if you wanted to, you could add a little sprig of cilantro. I find that gets a little fussy and gets in the way, but.
No, and it's taking every ounce of willpower not to eat a shrimp, because our family's a little shrimp crazed as well. Yeah. Okay, so gorgeous.
That's it, super easy.
Super easy. We have 2 of the 3 small bites, or as I like to call them, 1 bites for appetizers, or you could make a bunch of these and make a whole meal out of them.
Yes.
All right, well, now's going to be a good time to take a quick break. We'll be back in 60 seconds with a little arugula, feta, as I like to say it, and watermelon. Stay tuned.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Hi, and welcome back to Community Cooking. I'm Maria Prekeges, and I am here with guest chef and good friend Jill Reed. And if you're just joining us, we already made 2 great appetizers, small bites, 1 bites. We have the canapés. Yes. I just like to say that. I feel so,
Canapé.
Canapé.
It's very fancy.
And then the shrimp gazpacho shooters, and the 2 together are so gorgeous. I'm going to make them at my next party. They're easy. All of these are 5 ingredients. And now we have watermelon, feta, say it with me, everyone, and arugula. What are we going to do with these ingredients?
We have our watermelon. We're going to need to cut that up into about 1-inch cubes.
Okay.
And then it's really pretty easy. The hardest part about this is making the balsamic reduction, which is here. It's balsamic vinegar with some honey, and you reduce it down. It takes, total of maybe 15 or 20 minutes to reduce it down, but you want that syrup-like consistency.
Okay.
And once we top our watermelon with the feta, we're going to drizzle over some of that balsamic reduction, and then again top it with some chopped arugula. And the arugula cuts through the sweetness. And
these are not just for martinis.
these are not just for martinis.
For your olives and your martinis. I love these. They're so cute.
They make it a little more festive and a little more party-like to have it. And who doesn't love food on a stick?
I tell you, besides corn dogs. All right. What's the easiest way? Look, notice I just gave it right to her. To cut the watermelon up.
I'm not the best at this, but we get by.
Well, a sharp knife, number one.
A good knife, a good big knife.
All right, hand me half.
And then
I'll follow your lead.
I like to cut in half again.
Okay.
So that I can make then nice fat kind of 1-inch slices.
Okay. I can do this. Actually, I love watermelon.
Set aside some of those and just take a slice. Cut right through that.
That's easier. I always try to take the rind off.
Cut off the ends, and then boom, boom, boom. You have your 1-inch cubes.
Oh, it smells so good. The great thing about down here in Torrance is that you can always get great produce at the farmer's market.
And year round. This is a really fun dish for summer, but it's with the red and the green. It's really colorful for the holidays
I
too.
didn't think about that. Yours are a little more pretty than mine, but I'm still going to contribute here.
There's no right or wrong as long as it tastes good.
Well, and I love the serving platters. I mentioned that earlier. It's just, they're fun. And one bite, you don't get all messy. Okay, this is going to be a little more than one bite. But
all right, we can go ahead.
That's a big bite.
Slap those on there. It's all good. So we have simple watermelon. We keep, watermelon year round here.
I know, so lucky.
So it's so easy to make these. And
I'm just going to continue on while I eat more good watermelon.
And I got this from a restaurant menu too in San Diego. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but they had a salad. It was a nice big arugula salad with a balsamic vinaigrette, and then it had feta cheese and watermelon slices in it. And I thought, well, that just, I don't know, the combination is so good for some reason. So I went ahead and turned it into my own.
See, I love that.
So this is a little messy. This part, a little messy. You just want to get a little.
Well, and you can buy feta already crumbled.
Yes.
Or you can just get it and it crumbles so easily.
I know. Sometimes I get just the big block of it and keep it in the fridge, and it's just good to have around. It's good in pastas. And
we put it in scrambled eggs in the morning.
I love that.
True Greek people.
Little spinach.
You know what? I was just thinking I need something green in it, just as you said that. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, just chop up a little
be
spinach. Yum. Mushrooms might be good. My kid loves mushrooms. I can put mushrooms in anything.
See, I love mushrooms as well.
When I order him pizza, if it doesn't have quadruple mushrooms, he wants to send it back.
See, he does have a sophisticated palate because most
I know,
kids and a lot of adults are like, mushrooms, go away. But
what 6-year-old asks for extra mushrooms?
I love it.
Mine.
And again, so easy.
Right.
All right, and this, as you talked about, you have to reduce it before.
Yeah, so it's
so
nice,
it's thick,
syrupy, not too thick, and it's kind of at a low heat. You get it boiling, and then you reduce it at a low heat. You don't want it to burn. And
I've done that before.
I have too.
Not a very good smell.
No. And then you leave the fan on in your house all day long while you're waiting for everything to clear
And
out.
I love everything balsamic, but even that.
And I mean, the color is it almost looks like chocolate.
It does. Well, and I love with the canapes and this, when you added the honey to the canapes, it dresses up the plate.
We lost our cheese.
That's all right. Rogue cheese. So many times in restaurants, you see all their squigglies and all the things they're doing, and this takes care of that when you just drizzle.
You could also put this in one of those condiment bottles, like a ketchup bottle with the narrow,
and just squeeze it
like
on.
the picnic bottles, and just squeeze it on.
I love it. Oh, it smells so good. And I would never, I'm like, watermelon, feta, balsamic? Why not?
Yeah.
All right, then do we want to chop up a little arugula?
Yeah, we'll chop up a little bit. You can put on, sometimes if I get the baby arugula and the leaves are smaller, I might just lay one over, but this is fairly hearty.
And again, the spice, if there's anyone out there who hasn't tried arugula, you must. It's spicy.
It's got a little pepper to it, which I think works well in this because it contrasts with the sweetness of the syrup and the watermelon. And you get the saltiness from the feta, so there's all kinds of flavors going on in there.
Okay, I'm ready with my swords. With my sword.
She's ready to.
I'm ready.
And then you can just, this is a lot of it is for color on the plate too.
Well, I was going to say, again, you're dressing the plate while you get the flavors in the appetizer.
But we actually want to get
a little bit on there.
Get on there. No, we're.
See, these one bites are great, but I would have to have like 10 of each, just because they're so yummy.
Well, that's why you make a few different ones, and then you can kind of mix and match.
Well, and so easy and healthy. Everything we're doing is healthy today.
Usually, I have a simpler party menu, and then I throw in one or two of these things that look really fancy, and everybody oohs and ahs, and I look like I'm amazing.
Well, you are number one, but I know, I was like, if I made stuff like this, they'd be like, wait, it didn't come from a bag, frozen? All right, and then just stab them?
Just pop it right in there anywhere.
Oh, look at how fun. See, it's not just for the children.
And again, food on a stick.
Food on a stick. Who doesn't love that? And you can get quite a few servings. Or that one's a little off center, but we'll live.
That's okay. Again, perfection is overrated.
It is.
And it's pretty without being too fussy, right?
Yeah, oh, most definitely. Look, okay, 3 more. I got a stab. I'm losing my arugula. Help.
That's right.
Help me out. I'm losing my arugula. All right, well, we're going to clean up a little and take a quick break. And when we come back, I get to taste everything. I might let you taste a little too.
With the feta.
With the feta, darling. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
We have this crazy thing going on today. I was just walking by, and all these DJs and producers are set up all around the city.
I just walked by and I said, "What's happening, guys?" And they told me they were making music.
It's the way you walk, it's the way you talk.
There were a lot of people that claimed they had no musical talent and then sat down and kind of made some really nice sounds.
I like this music.
Feel amped about today, inspired musically, about life.
They said I could play, so any chance to play at all. That's my life. I love music.
Yeah, I saw it do it.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. Okay, it's my favorite part of the show, the tasting portion, as I like to call it. Let's remind everyone, though, Jill, what we've made.
This is a apricot canapé with pistachio goat cheese and a drizzle of honey.
I'm saving that for last,
Yeah, those are good.
by the way.
It is almost like a dessert. You could eat this as a dessert. It's sweet enough, and cheese is a great dessert. This is watermelon with feta and arugula.
She's saying it like my grandmother.
I'm an honorary
Feta.
Greek today.
I love it.
And the balsamic vinaigrette reduction, and then gazpacho shooter.
I love it. Cheers. So,
With the shrimp. So
bite
I
of the shrimp
usually,
first?
yeah, a little.
Who doesn't love the shrimp? Mmm.
It's like a little Bloody Mary / shrimp cocktail,
And that,
all in one bite.
now remember, the gazpacho was Bloody Mary mix, the main ingredients, and salsa.
Salsa, right?
Oh my gosh.
And then the cucumber in there for your little crunchiness that you like with the gazpacho.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I could eat all of those. And I love it because all of this is so pretty. Okay. We're 1 for 1. I'm thinking we're going to be 2 for 2.
These are a little messier to eat. You don't want your feta to fall off.
It's okay.
Usually kind of make sure it's stabbed in there real good and then just.
I made a mess, but so worth it. The balsamic reduction takes the bang out of the balsamic, so to speak, and all the flavors infused together are oh so good. Okay.
It's sweet and salty, a little peppery with the arugula.
2 for 2, and now the one biters with the
The
apricot.
one-biters.
I'm taking
These
the small
are-
one.
Yeah, these are a little chewy, but the flavor is really there, right?
It is all with the goat cheese and the pistachios. And then you add that honey on top.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the apricot, besides having to chew it, just adds that extra oomph.
A little sweetness, and they're kind of nice and plump. You want nice plump little apricots, and then the pistachio gives a little crunch. So you want to make sure you don't grind those up too much when you're blending your cheese mixture.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you can come back anytime.
I know, we need a party now.
We need a party because it's lovely. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me again.
And for the entire crew, Jill and myself, thank you for joining us here on Community Cooking. And remember, we really do have some of the best chefs right here in our own community. We'll see you next time right here on Community Cooking.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCABLE and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.